Welcome to our virtual Key Stage 4 Options Presentation. My name is Dixon and I'll be giving you some additional information and advice to help you make sure you make the right choices. The first thing to think about is that I'm sure you've got lots of questions, and please take this time over the next few weeks to ask those questions. No question is too easy, too simple, or too difficult or troublesome. Please talk to your teachers, to me, to your parents, and to anybody else that can help you at this very important time. As you think about which subjects to choose, it's important to think about the way you're going to make those choices. So first, I'm going to suggest you pick a subject you enjoy. The pace of your learning is going to get faster in Year 10 and the content will get more difficult, so it's important that you enjoy your studies so that you can learn to the absolute best of your ability. Secondly, I advise you to pick a subject that uses your skills and aptitudes. What subjects do you think you're most successful in? What do your teachers think? You could look at your grades and go for schools to help you with this. And finally, have high expectations of yourself. No subject or grade is outside your reach. As you start exam subjects in Year 10, you will see Fisher Family Trust or FFT grades in Go for Schools. FFT considers all your previous data, including how well you did at primary school, and suggests the grade you're most likely to get. This is based on how people like you achieved in the past. In this example, the student achieved average grades at primary school and is given an FFT predicted grade of grade 5, highlighted here in gold. However, nearly a fifth of students, just like this one, got a grade 6, and 10% got the highest grades, 7 to 9. Some, however, achieved much lower. So what made the difference? In my experience, it isn't about ability when you start the course. The only difference between the grade 1 student and the grade 9 student was the effort and determination they put into their studies. So where can you go to find out some information to help you make your choice? Well, first off, we recommend you look at Go for Schools, and you can open up all of your old reports in Go for Schools. And if you need a little bit of help deciphering what all of those grades mean, there is a booklet on our school website on the Curriculum tab. You can see they're called Go for Schools Key Stage 3 and then Key Stage 4 that explains how they work. Also, of course, we've got the options booklet, which is now on the website, and hard copies are with students. Then there are all these people available for you to talk to. Myself, Mr. Brown, Head of Year 9, parents, teachers, form tutors, and the Career Service. So ask their advice, they'll be very happy to help. Every day I'm on duty on the main field at lunchtime, so if you want to come and talk to me, it would be great to see you. And lastly, talk to older students you know who took the course you're thinking of, either Year 11 or 6th form students, who can answer all your questions about the course from a student's point of view. It's important that you really understand how the grade system works, especially for parents who, like me, took our qualifications using the old letter system. So this grid shows the rough equivalencies from the old grades to the new. In the past, grade C was considered a pass. Now, grade 4 is that pass, and the minimum grade that all students should aspire to. Grade 5 is considered a high pass and is the grade necessary to continue to 6th form studies. At the top end, grade 9 is reserved for roughly the top 5% of students in the country, an additional 10% at grade 8 and another 10% at grade 7. And you can see here how the vocational grades compare to those GCSE grades. So how will these grades prepare you for the future? Well, if you achieve Level 1, GCSE grades 1 to 3, or a Level 1 pass in a vocational subject, you can go on to complete Level 2 courses at college. And if you achieve Level 2 by achieving grades 4 or above, you can go on to take larger Level 2 diplomas which are more specialised, or Level 3 courses at college. If your grades are at grade 5 or above, including merits and distinctions in vocational subjects, then the natural route is to remain in the 6th form and study A-levels or BTEC Level 3 courses that prepare you for university or degree apprenticeships. You will also need to achieve a grade 6 in the subjects you wish to study for A-level. If you've grade 5 or above including EBAC, then you put yourself in a stronger, more competitive position than those without it. And if you achieve grade 7 and above, then you increase your choice of courses available at university. So here you can see the compulsory GCSEs that all students take. Students have 4 hours a week to study English language and English literature GCSEs, 4 hours for Maths GCSE, and 6 hours to cover the 3 sciences, some in combined and some in triple science. Students will be entered for either combined science, worth 2 GCSEs, or 3 single sciences, biology, chemistry and physics. The core content and difficulty level is the same in both, but triple scientists just have to learn more modules in the same amount of time. We talk to students throughout Year 10 to make a final decision about what's the best route for you in Year 11. Remember, you can go on to study A-level sciences from either route, providing you achieve grade 6 or above at GCSE. And in addition to GCSE courses, we also look after the holistic education of our children by providing core physical education and PSHE, including all of those different aspects you can see on the screen. This is this year's GCSE options grid. This is a timetable grid, so something needs to be chosen from each of the 4 blocks, option A through to option D. It's a starting point, and each year we have to see what students like to take, and we can only run a subject, of course, if there's sufficient demand. It's not the finished product, because if there's demand for students to take a particular subject in another block, then it is possible for me to change that. So more about that later and how you can let us know if this doesn't quite work for you at first. To point out also, the purple subjects, Geography and History, are our humanities subjects as part of the EBAC, and our gold subjects, French, German, Spanish, the languages part of the EBAC. So we recommend, if you can, to take a purple subject and a gold subject. But all students must take one of either a purple subject or a gold subject or computing studies to make sure that they've got a sufficiently rigorous and academic set of choices. There are 2 ways to tell us the choices that you eventually decide. One is you can click on the link that is in the options booklet and fill in the online form there. The other way, of course, is just to fill in the sheet and hand that in to us as well. So if we take this imaginary student who's thinking about studying geography, French, business and drama, all you would simply do is write those subjects on the first choice row. And if that student had also been thinking about, well, maybe music, business is the preference, but maybe music as well, and same case for photography and drama, then simply write that in the second choice. That's just to give us a little bit of idea of demand should we need to look at the grids and talk to students about that. And we include this section for any other information that you think will be helpful when we're carrying out the review of those options to decide if students have made the best choice. It's also a good place to write if the blocks didn't quite fit for you, then tell us what your perfect idea of 4 subjects would be. And we will consider all of those things once we get all of the options choices in. We can make no promises at this stage. We do have to wait till every single student has handed in their form. A couple of years back, we asked FOSA to give us some feedback. What were the important things that they felt as parents they would want to say to other parents? And this was the advice that they gave us. So as we bring the presentation to a close, I just want to finish with some frequently asked questions that parents each year tend to ask us and address them. So the first one is the grid final. Could it change? Well, yes, it could. So if there's enough demand for students to take a subject in a different place and we can move things about to make it work for the students, then that's what we do. Secondly, what should I do if the subjects I want clash? Well, then write that information in the little any other helpful information box on the form. Can you take the subject if you haven't taken it? Well, that depends on the subject. So for example, music, you would need to have studied Key Stage 4 music to be able to take it at A-level. Business studies, on the other hand, you could pick up at A-level, or level 3 BTEC as we do here, and not having had taken it at GCSE. So please talk to your teachers about that because it is different for every subject. There are some subjects, for example, in the sixth form, like government and politics, that are not taught at Key Stage 4. For triple science, you basically just need to work hard and achieve good results in class. Talk to your teachers and Dr. Rogers, the head of science, and if we're confident enough that you can manage the additional content for triple science, then that's what we will enter you for. Remember though, both double and triple science can lead to A-levels if you achieve grade 6s or above. In maths, we offer the top set in Year 11 the opportunity to take an additional GCSE and further maths, provided they have finished their GCSE course. The top set for the last few years have all managed to do this, and the further maths course has helped them get better maths GCSE grades too. If you change your mind, it's not a problem, so long as there is enough space in the subject you want to change to. All you need to do is come and talk to me so we can talk about the reasons for your change. You can do this anytime up to the end of the summer term. However, once courses start in September, you will not be able to change, as there won't be enough time to catch up on the subject you change to. So please take the opportunity to think your options through very carefully during the rest of the year. So once I've got your form, I'll review them all to make sure they're suitable. I'll also decide if any changes are needed to the grid depending on the applications that I've received. Once I've checked everything and agreed they're suitable, I'll write to students to confirm their choices for the coming year. And if everything goes smoothly, I aim to do that and write to you at the start of term 5. And finally, the key dates. So on Thursday we have the virtual options evening. You can register via Eventbrite and the link to that is in the parent mail. And if you need any help with that, please do email me at school. Then the following Thursday we've got parents meeting. That's a good opportunity to ask questions about how well you're doing in the subjects. And then the deadline to get the forms either online or on paper to your tutor is 18th of February. Thank you very much for watching this virtual options presentation. I hope it's been helpful, and if you have any further questions, please do email me at the address on the screen. Also, there is an Eventbrite slot called the Options Process, where I will be available to answer any questions on Thursday, 3rd February at our virtual options evening. Thank you for watching.